explosion that rocked a neighborhood in Pacoima, forcing 60 homes to evacuate. Officials say the explosives are too dangerous to move, so tonight a dramatic new plan to destroy them.
Dramatic is a good word for it. Fox 11's Ed Lascos, he's been following this one. He's live in Pacoima with an update for us. Ed.
And that new plan, dramatic new plan, a controlled burn. Bottom line, they say the chemicals left behind you, as the chief said, manufacture bootleg fireworks, illegal fireworks, too dangerous to dig out of there, too dangerous, even if you remove it, to take it and truckload it along city streets, so they're going to burn it off. Let's start it off. Up top, Sky Fox, we go on a live look at the target of this controlled burn. It is that home, or what's left of it, all that debris down there on Remington Street. That's the one that blew up yesterday, and that's the one that they are going to use diesel fuel as the igniter and start burning it off the next couple of hours. And the chief was saying it could even take a couple days until they can burn off all of that dangerous powder and material deep inside that rubble. Some more video. Take a look at this video. They've been getting ready for this controlled burn the last couple of hours. That white tarping is actually steel metal mesh that's been placed over the nearby homes to protect it from any type of embers or projectiles blowing at it. They're also spraying what they're calling a thermogel in some of the homes to control the flames. They don't want it to get out of hand, certainly, and then they're going to burn off all of that dangerous material inside. We already know it exploded yesterday, critically injuring, burning a 24-year-old man who was pulled out from the rubble. Actually, his pants were still smoking when all of that happened, and so no wonder they're calling this situation here, they're calling this home a bomb. No, that's not my words. That's coming from the feds. Listen.
This house is essentially a bomb, so we are notifying the public to render this explosive device essentially safe. We are going to use fire in a slow, methodic burn.
The community may hear explosions, further explosions, and I'd say don't be overly alarmed by that. It's controlled, but that could happen because there are canisters in there, there's barrels in there of different types of pyrotechnic material, and those are subject to explode once the fire reaches them.
So now you're looking live. This is the command post they have set up a couple blocks away, and in fact they're still moving the media and some of their personnel away because they're really concerned about safety. And once they light this thing up, they want to control it, certainly, but again, not taking any chances. Remember that fireworks explosion a few years ago in another part of LA, although that was an entirely different situation. So the chief was saying they learned from that, and that's why they're being extra careful here. One other point, you look up at the sky, as the chief was saying, Chief McDonald, that you will see black smoke rising because they're using diesel fuel, remember, and if you know diesel fuel, when it starts to burn, you get that thick black acrid smoke. So you'll be seeing that probably through most of the valley once they light this thing up, and they're waiting for the perfect wind conditions. They were saying, the fire chief, maybe 2 to 4 miles per hour through here so that the smoke will go straight up. They have air monitors, and as you were saying, Christine, they've already evacuated 60 homes in the area, and at this point the folks are telling us they don't know when they'll be back home, tomorrow, maybe a couple days, until this thing burns itself out.
Ed, call me crazy. This sounds like a potential for a huge disaster. I mean, I'm sure this is well thought out, but who's running this operation?
Oh, you've got a lot of people running it. The mayor was here earlier. You've got the LAPD chief, LA fire chief, and the ATF, the feds involved with the investigation itself. But they were talking about all the officials, how they're going to handle this, because this stuff is dangerous. You can't truck it out. You can't go in and dig it out because it could blow up, and we already know how unstable it is. So they say control it, and that's why the last few hours they've been taking a lot of great care. But you're right. I remember one of the fire chiefs a couple of years ago telling me, once you light it, you own it. You put it down, you put the flame down, you own whatever happens. And that's why they're being extra careful right now and waiting really for the perfect wind conditions. And I think they were going to go right when it got dark a little while ago, but we had a little bit of a breeze. So again, they're waiting for just a gentle, hardly any type of breeze before they light it.
I didn't realize so many homes were affected, 60.
How long is it supposed to take? Do we know?
No, the chief was saying could take a couple of hours, could burn itself out. That the dangerous chemicals inside, the explosive chemicals, could be rendered non-explosive, if you will, by the morning. And then the police chief, McDonald, was telling us that, you know, it could take, he's seen other instances in other cities where it took several days. So they just don't know because they haven't been able to get deep inside because it's just too dangerous to put any of the firefighters or any of the first responders in there. So that's why they're doing it this way, in a sense, to just let it burn itself off.
All right, I hope it all goes well for everyone. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Ed.